Well, a few weeks ago you heard me rip into Teen Titans Go, and to be honest, I am getting tired of reviewing this show, but seeing as how I always seem to miss something, I'll give it one more tack. I probably won't touch it again after this for a few months, unless there's an episode they made that is a direct response to critics. Anyway, let's get started. Change it, change it. Sorry. Teen Titans Go. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so firstly I want to start off with what I failed to do in my other videos, as well as I probably should have, even in my second video, talk about the character destruction and flanderization. Okay, firstly I'll talk with my least favorite, Starfire. In the original show, she was a naive girl who just wanted to be like her friends. She was a joy-spreading character like Mabel Pines or Pinkie Pie, but more mature. To be honest, she was my favorite. Well, Robin was just a close second, but you get what I'm saying. She also had a crush on Robin. Now, in Teen Titans Go, she's a smartass who becomes psychotic if she doesn't get everything her way. She's also incredibly stupid, and to be honest, feels very much like a ripoff of a flanderized Patrick Star. A modern flanderized Patrick Star. My least favorite episodes where she contributed to the plot were Boys vs. Girls, Second Christmas, and Larva D'Amore. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure there's at least 10 more I can name them. There's Neen. You get what I'm saying. Next for characters is Robin, who I also hate. We all remember him being a witty, serious leader who was never afraid to take down a threat and save his friends in the old show. Then Teen Titans Go came around, and he became a violent, bossy perfectionist. In Season 1 of Teen Titans Go, a writer decided this was enough, and this writer, Will Friedle, decided to give him a jerk side in an episode he wrote called Pie Bros. Then another writer, Shelley Fish, wrote The Date, which introduced Robin's psychotic side. If Will Friedle and Shelley Fish hadn't written these two episodes, Robin probably would have just been a violent, bland leader, and he would have just been annoying. But they just had to make it worse. Then there's Beast Boy. Imagine what Beast Boy was like in the old series. Funny, and I quote from the Murph Man, but knowing when to be serious. Yeah, remember when Beast Boy's jokes were actually made you chuckle, like his brain freeze joke? Now, the writers clearly don't remember. Now he's a stupid jughead. Also, it's quite possible he has autism, seeing as how incredibly stupid he is. The only time he acts somewhat like he did in the old series, he gets tortured. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Pie Bros and vegetables. Especially vegetables. In that episode, all he did that was out of character was shove vegetables in the other Titans' faces, and he wasn't even being that much of a jerk about it. He wasn't being a punk like in Gorilla. He wasn't being a dumbass. He didn't even make any unfunny jokes in that episode. And that brings me to Cyborg. He's pretty much Beast Boy, but he doesn't cause the toilet humor, and depending on the writer, he can be slightly smarter, although that trend seems to be dying. That reminds me of Robin's crush on Starfire in this series, that is also dying. At least it doesn't feel as insulting now, if you know what I mean. That hasn't turned up in almost 20 episodes. So back to Cyborg. One thing I noticed is that he is gay. Well, I mean, technically he's not, but like one of the writers, John Loy, thinks he is, because you know what? Well, there was an episode John Lloyd wrote called Waffles, and there was a part when Beast Boy and Cyborg are singing Waffles, but it like translates to this creepy romantic duo. Yeah. Yeah, you know, for kids, right? Yeah, and that's not the only crude joke the show come out. You see, it's rated PG, and most of the time it acts like a little kid's show, like immature. But the few times it does act like an adult show and actually tries to be like more for teenagers, which is the target audience, it acts pretty edgy. Let's just say that. Let's Get Serious as an example. Real Date is an example. Yeah, there are a lot of examples. So yeah. So let's talk about Raven, the last character. Like Robin, she got flanderized within the entire series, and then, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Completely changed twice. First, her gothic deadpan personality was switched out for a Squidward ripoff who gets easily ticked off. Over time, the writers decided this wasn't enough, so what did they do? Well, they decided, let's make her a Mr. Gus ripoff. If you don't know who Mr. Gus is, he's from Uncle Grandpa. I don't really like that show, but anyways, like I was saying, so, yeah, she became really stupid. That's why I hate Let's Get Serious. Well, it's one of the reasons why I hate it. I mean, there is also, it's a response to fans of the original show, but there is another thing that I hate it for that no one else hates it for, or at least not very many people hate it for. You know when Raven's doing that stupid comedy act, and that guy's laughing obnoxiously? Guess who that is? Just guess. That guy who's obnoxiously laughing? is Michael Jelenic. Well, it's him as an animated dude, I don't know. But he has the most literally, shut up. I don't know if it was like actually Michael Jelenic doing the voice acting for that guy or what. I don't know, but it was obnoxious. Speaking of voice acting, that's something they are getting a little bit better at, but it still needs some work on. Oh, and by the way, I am really ticked at them having Weird Al Yankovic on the show, although he was the best part of the episode he was in, which was two-parter. Remember what Michael Jonik's badly animated Flash character looks like, so you can go find him and beg him to kill his show. No, don't actually do that, or he and Aaron Horvath will get ticked. But I'm just saying. Anyway, talking some more characters, there's the villains who are also really bad. Control Freak and Brother Blood, they've also been changed. They're not as badly damaged, like changed, but it's not great. Some people are mad that Slade didn't come back. I hate the episode he was supposed to come back in, mainly because it was hyped up. But to be fair, I don't want him back. The reason why they couldn't get Slade in was because Slade's voice actor, Ron Perlman, says that he has too much self-respect to return to the show. Oh! Zing! Take that, Teen Titans Go producers. Now, I want to talk about the writers. There's Michael Jelenic, who I talked about earlier. He's not as bad as Aaron Horvath unless they're working together to make their stupid, oh, screw you, we're proud of our show. Anyway, like I was saying, he wrote Operation Tin Man and Colors of Raven, which I don't like, but I did at least smile at those at the comedy in those episodes, which was kind of clever. So they weren't horrible episodes. I don't like them though, but you get what I'm saying. By the show standards, they were not that bad. I actually have a subscriber who likes Colors of Raven. He says it's his favorite episode of the show. I'm not going to argue with that. I mean, it's not terrible, but anyway, moving on. Then there's Aaron Horvath. He's worse than Michael Jelenic when he's working alone. But anyway, like I was saying, his episodes are pretty crappy too. So I would compare him to Owen Dennis from like regular show if I had to compare him to any other guy, because Owen Dennis, like him, is, and I would compare Michael Jelenic to Toby Jones, because here's the thing, like, Michael Jelenic and Toby Jones are both, have one thing in common, they're both like not as bad by themselves, but they're worse when they're working with the other person. And like, it's not because the other person is influencing them, it's just because they work worse for some reason. I don't know. I'm not that great at writers, but like, I can compare those two because I thought it was kind of interesting to notice that. And then you'll if you want to know more of why I think that, you can watch my modern regular show rant, and I'm gonna do a new one on regular show soon, so you can have even more references to figure out. Oh, you probably already know this, but Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic also produced the show. And then there's another one I'm going to talk about. It's Steve Borst. He wrote You're Fired, which in my opinion is the most decent episode of the show. I don't like it that much, but I'm just saying, I just wanted to note it because all the characters are in character, and that's just the only episode where that's ever significantly happened, except for maybe like Legendary Sandwich and Colors of Raven, but not really. He's created Breadwinners along with Gary Doodles. I think he gets too much of the hate for what he did, but that's just me. There's also Amy Wolfram. She was actually a writer on the old show, and she wrote a lot of episodes. She wrote Sisters and a lot of other episodes. Like Sisters is one of my number 3 favorite episode of the original Teen Titans series. Anyway, I don't really hate her episodes except for Baby Hands. That episode was horrible. After that, she got fired. I wonder why. Then there's John Lloyd, who wrote Boys vs. Girls, which I absolutely hate. I would rather watch My Little Pony, Spike the Sex Slave, than that spit. Hell, I would rather watch Eating Out or Incest Applejack Claw Fix than that garbage. John Lloyd is, in my opinion, the worst writer on the show. There is just so much he has screwed up. He made Cyborg gay in one episode, like I said. Then there's also Ben Gruber, who, for some reason, he is starting to write less episodes. Hey, maybe Warner Brothers saw my rant. I don't know. But seriously, like I said, he relies too much on gross-out humor. Also, he makes Starfire an unlikable character, like John Lloyd. Almost as bad as John Lloyd does. His latest episode is Squish and Stretch, which has weird art styles. It's cruel, and it feels like Ben Gruber ripped off his own work. I'm talking about 20%, 20%, 40%. And it feels like a little bit of fourth wall mixed in. Then there's Paul G. Capio. He's only written one episode so far. That was Garage Sale. Apparently, Paul has watched some episodes of the old every episode of the show, or else he wouldn't make all those references. It's honestly not that bad of an episode plot-wise. Maybe Teen Titans Go writers are starting to learn. I doubt it, but the comedy is horrible, and it feels insulting. Speaking of comedy, oh yeah, I should probably bring that up. Remember how I said that I've never seen worse comedy? Well, that's not completely true. Pickle and Peanut and Pig Goat Banana Cricket have worse comedy, but I still don't like the comedy. It's horrible, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm defending the show. It's just I've still seen worse. Out of 125 episodes, I've seen only 5 or 6 episodes made me even smile, like crack a grin. Yeah, I've seen that many. My younger siblings love this garbage. They eat it up like porridge. Anyway, I guess I have nothing else to say. I will end on a high note. The show is getting canceled after season 3. Yeah, I'm not joking. It'll probably be off Cartoon Network by the end of 2016. Thank goodness. You know, it's kind of ironic. Nickelodeon actually did a better job of reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and had never gotten any people from the previous 2003 or 2009 series and turned it into a kids show. Well, more of a kids show than it was before. I mean, they had cussing and a lot of violence in the 2003 and 2009 series, and they did an amazing job of it. Warner Brothers, on the other hand, failed miserably. It's just mind-boggling. Well, I'll see you guys, and remember to change it. Sorry.